Elimination final. 6 v 7, as we said earlier. The loser goes home. Play underway here at Allianz Stadium. Seemed to hold up a little in that breeze on that occasion, as the Newcastle have first use of the football. As Croker taking it forward. It's Tuiloto Lava.
Off the ball now and square.
Middle forwards getting a touch early. Now from Johns. A bit flat, that pass.
7 off the ball. Square now here,
the hands of Curtis Dark. Hosking.
Up now, give him room.
Now Lockery onto an edge here. This is McIntyre, who's coming to the side at the expense of Brodie Jones. They get to their last, and Lockery, it's a wobbly old kick off the side of the boot. And Fayoud has let it go past him. Quick pick up from the Knights. Ball back with the Broncos. Shibasaki has it. And that was nearly a disastrous end to that kick.
Well, it wasn't a great kick from Lockery, but Fayoud comes in, and it just bobbles away from him last second. Fortunately for the Broncos, knocks it backwards, but you've got to think that the Newcastle Knights will kick back to that wing all afternoon.
Such a great mover on his feet, David Fayoud. And you see a bit of action from him. There's a good run coming in from Carrigan. The skipper leading the way. And this is out of dummy half. Good run from Tristan Hope. Picking up some good meters there. Now last tackle down, short side. This is Josh Fayoud, goes over the back of Andrews. Cooper cleans up. He's going to be pushed into the in-goal area. So a great finish to the first set of 6 there from the Broncos.
Oh, great work from Fayoud, going down this short side here. Doesn't panic, just rolls it in. And Andrews, who's been very safe for this Newcastle side on their left edge, just gets a bad bounce there. Cooper comes across, cleans it up. Positive start from the Broncos. We can see, Jimmy, how big that wind is, because that kick from Newcastle went nowhere and Brisbane just rolled down the field quite easily.
This will be Birch to start things off. There's another example of the breeze. Doesn't make it to the 30-metre line. So it's the Broncos on the attack here. Tony Staggs with the football. And they're only 15 metres out. A run from O'Hara. And plenty of touches here. This is Whitbread. Hails from Tamworth in New South Wales. Now Carrigan out the back. This is Rowe, looked flat. In fact, has popped out. Cooper picks up the ball and tries to counter-attack.
That's great defence from this right edge of the Newcastle Knights. It was Dark and Jack Johns heavily there as Gibbs brings the ball out. You see Johns gets his shoulder in. Beautiful technique. Great start from the Knights on their own line.
Gibbs had a run. Now Gudgeon has a run. So the right outside backs helping out. Now Lockery. Croker.
Lock in here, Marcus. Hold square. Very good.
Down a short side again. Lockery back inside for Hosking.
Off the leg now.
Quick play the ball from Hosking.
6.
No markers. You heard the call from the referee. Birch got in behind them. Tuiloto Lava also. Johns goes high. Into a corner. Fayoud, what's the confidence like? Doesn't go for the football. Allen has it out the back. And a penalty coming the way of the Newcastle Knights.
Yeah, 100% right there, the referee. There was an escort, what we call an escort, where you're trying to give some protection to your catcher, but Gibbs went up there as Birch is going to take the tap and just got taken out. Didn't get a fair chance at the ball as the Knights on the attack so early.
This is Tuiloto Lava. 5 metres out from the line. Great attacking position here for Newcastle. They swing it left to Lockery. Goes short to McIntyre. Good defence there from Josh Fayoud. He injured himself in that one. Hosking, tip on here. Tuiloto Lava almost over the line. Great defence from the Broncos. Russell was involved in the tackle. Now it's Johns with the football. Out the back to Cooper. Gibbs, good, strong runner of the football. He almost stretches out for a try.
1 foot.
2 tackles up the sleeve. Slow play the ball here for Newcastle. Now they go left. Johns takes the line on with a bit of footwork. Back here to Kanoa Gudgeon. Gibbs goes for the corner. He looked out. Touch judge said the same. It'll be a Brisbane feed.
Well, exciting attack from the Newcastle Knights. Just watch the class of Johns here. He takes on down the short side. And what about the flick pass from Gudgeon? Unfortunately, Gibbs slides out there. Great cover defence from Allen. That's what you want your fullbacks to do, Jimmy. Just come across, be aware of where the ball might be going, not second guessing, and it's great defence from both sides on their line so early on.
I think he couldn't have had a chance to get there, but he was close.
Wingers these days are amazing, Jimmy. The way they contort their bodies, we would never be able to do that.
16 up now. Wait here, wait.
This is Farnworth. Shigasaki. Big, strong centre. Down a short side again. This is the skipper, Carrigan.
It's two different styles, isn't it? Brisbane seem to be going in behind the ruck and the drain, whereas Newcastle sort of go one and then they'll have a shift as the Broncos go the middle of the park. But it's different styles early on.
That was Whitbread taking it forward. Now Naturo Rowe kicks into a corner. Nice kick too. Gudgeon has to go close to the sideline. He's actually done very well to stay in the field of play.
That's amazing work from Gudgeon there on the wing as Cooper brings it out. It was a smart kick from Naturi Rowe. He just pugs it into a corner there. This has been a great, exciting start. This first final sudden death game.
Well, we're 6.5 minutes in and we've used the replay box about 4 or 5 times because there's been so much going on of interest. Still 0-0. Just feeling each other out, these two sides. So Birch goes left. This is Croker. Beautiful late offload. McIntyre now stepping inside. Comes up with the tackle, Fayoud.
Chase is good.
Now out of dummy half. This is Birch. Into some space. Fayoud has had a mixed start to his night's work. Gee, he looks good when he carries the football. Yeah. Jack John's gone on there a little late. And that's what happens when you've got that brilliant footwork.
The way he brought the ball back, Fayoud there, just brings it. Late footwork at the line. Draws the penalty. Jack John's just getting on too late. But the quality of this game early on, defence from both teams has been very good. We see Johns just going to regroup there. Newcastle have to be smart with their kicking game this first half. They can't afford to just turn over cheap possession and give away easy yards. They need to play out their sets, try and kick into a corner, maybe even slow it down and put it over the sideline.
So here's Russell now. It's a really good run too. Makes his way to halfway. Now Smoothie. And again, Carrigan taking the ball forward. Fayoud went right to the line. The call of forward. I think he got the call from the sideline official. It was straight through there for Katoni Staggs. The referee called it back.
And that's the side the Brisbane Broncos need to go. You see Fayoud there, just go to the line. Hosking comes out, puts some pressure on. I'm not sure if that was forward. I reckon it was line ball. What do you think, Jimmy?
I think it might have been a little bit forward.
Tad forward?
Heads in here, Brisbane, let's go. Just find out, lock, I'll pull out.
You playmakers, you just want to play
Well, he
on
gets
with
tackled off the
everything.
ball, Jimmy. I was happy with that one.
Play on you. Here's Newcastle now.
7, let go. 11 off. Here we are.
Andrews comes from his left wing. Birch, big dummy. One marker call, gave him the heads up.
Square up.
So Hosking,
13 now.
of course, son of David, played at Manly in South Sydney. Tuilola Lava goes back inside to Cooper. That's what Jamie Soward said he would do all game. Just follow back through the middle of the ruck. There's to Johns. It's a good run there too. Curtis Dark. He's had time in the halves this year, so showing his versatility. Last tackle, Lockery. A bit of pressure coming from the Brisbane defence. Under the ball is Allen, and he takes it comfortably. He's a classy fullback.
Another completion there from the Newcastle Knights. As we've got an error from the Broncos. Well, how lucky is that for the Broncos? Birch putting some pressure on Fayoud there, coming out of dummy half. And you see already, Jimmy, high completion rate, 4 from 6 for the Knights, 4 from 5 for the Broncos. We see replay. Very unlucky.
He knew exactly what he was doing, Nash Birch, didn't he? He was going for the football the moment David Fayoud picked it up. So the Broncos dodge a bullet. They get to go forward. Shibasaki. And a strong run here, Whitbread. Really powerful surge through the middle. In behind that marker, as Jamie's already pointed out. Here they go again. Who else but Carrigan? So rolling forward nicely here, the Broncos. This occasion, it's Carrigan again for 15 metres. They go down a short side with Fayoud. Showing a good kicking game already. Cooper picks it up in the corner. Met by 3, 4, 5 defenders from the Brisbane Broncos.
Well, that's as good as any first-grade team coming off their own line there. The Broncos went 100 metres. You can see how influential Justin Hodges, who's running the water, would have been. They played him behind the drain there as Dennis has a strong carry. And just a nice little kick, didn't try and overplay his hand. Beautiful set from the Broncos.
There's Johns taking the line on again. The second time he's done that. It's good to see Corey Dennis get a touch as well. A real talent out there on the left edge for the Newcastle Knights. Tui Lava takes the last hit up. Birch. It's the second time we've seen him kick out a dummy half. Beautifully positioned, Corey Allen. Just watch this guy run, Jamie. He's one of those guys that just seems to glide across the field. Fayoud was at dummy half. Thought about the run. Gives it to Shibasaki. Fun with the Englishman. Very controlled.
Up together. 16 up, square.
Now Broncos trying to show a little bit more with the football. This is Natore Rowe. Again, a good kick into the corner. Gudgeon picks it up one-handed, no problem. Kanoa.
Well, what about the pickup from Gudgeon there? Scoops it up one-handed. As the Knights get away with it there, but just have a look at this.
Well, that's just confidence, isn't it? Actually, compared to some of the other ones he's had to pick up this afternoon or tonight, that has been an easy one. So why wouldn't you do it one-handed? Now Johns goes to the line. This is a good run here from Dark again. Beating tackles. Birch. Tuilota Lava gets the hands free. Nice offload now to Birch. Numbers out here on the left-hand side and they spill it. Sam McIntyre was thinking pass, I'm sure. Didn't quite get catch right.
This is a positive part of their play. Matthew Croker gets an offload here. Last week they caused the Sharks all kinds of problems just with some second phase. He was their best player last week, Croker. He came on, was tipping on early, had some really tough carries.
Let's go, guys. Let's get together.
It's nice work from the Knights.
Looked promising, didn't it? They had numbers out there on the left-hand side. We know they've got the threat there in Corey Dennis. And unfortunately, Sam McIntyre came up with the knock-on. So the Broncos again, bringing it out from their own end. They've done this very well, must be said. Tyson Smoothie, slow play of the ball. He'll get into dummy half at some stage, you would think, during the course of the game. Now they go wide. Now Shabasaki has knocked it on. We thought maybe the play on and we can blame Newcastle. The referee's having none of it.
Well, this is the first time the Broncos have gone a shift to an edge and they just weren't ready for it. They're all standing still. Shibasaki comes up with a poor error, but other than that, they've been going in behind the drain, or what we call in behind the ruck there, making some easy yards and then kicking down to the corner. Now the Knights get a chance on halfway to put some pressure on the Broncos' defence.
Remember, all the semi-finals you can be seen on Fox League coming up tonight. The Broncos in action again in the NRL. This time will be the home game of the Sydney Roosters. All that happening on Fox League from 7 p.m. Some great action over the weekend.
It's just a different feel around September, isn't it? You just wait all year for that first week of September. And if you're lucky enough to be there on grand final day, it's a great experience, the finals in the NRL.
So too in the Holden Cup, which is what we have here with Newcastle now. Running away to Gibbs. Set up on by 3 defenders. Shibasaki, look how strong he is, just threw him away. Now back to Johns. This is Lockery. Again, they're having a bit of success out on that left-hand side. This time McIntyre comes back towards the middle of the field, and the referee's got his hand in the air. Down a short side, Birch. Little kick, this time the short one. Beautifully weighted. Birch might have done himself an injury. They still come up with a good tackle in the in-goal area. And I got a feeling that's the last we'll see of Nash Birch, as you see him hobbling off in the background.
Yeah, young Hart to warm up on the sideline. It was great work from Birch. We've seen him kick a couple of times already here, and he just goes through, maybe cops a knock on the knee. Hopefully he's okay. But if they do have to make a change, it's a luxury. This young Huth is the Australian schoolboys hooker. He's a real X-factor, Jimmy. He comes out of dummy half, supports the ball, as Birch is going to find his way off. It was smart play, wasn't it? Didn't try and kick it too hard, and that's the key. Just drops it on the toe. Oh, no.
Looks like calf.
Well, hopefully it's a calf, because if you see no one around him there with that knee injury, usually that's something a bit more dangerous.
Your man Huth is on the field, so we can keep an eye on him. This is Croker. Great defence from Staggs. We load of lava with a second phase play here to Dark. And the Newcastle Knights are starting to move around this Broncos side. Johns, long pass, this time to Lockery. Out the back to Cooper, looking for numbers. Dennis over the top with the flick pass. And the Broncos pick it up.
Yeah, well, Corey Dennis needed to do better there. He's had some first-grade experience. We all know how good he is at that flick pass. Unfortunately, couldn't find his winger and Andrews there, and that's a missed opportunity from the Knights.
We were talking about that with, as you can see, Nash Birch. That doesn't look good. We'll get an update from Hannah very shortly. As the Broncos now march into Newcastle territory. Would you believe Carrigan's having another carry of the ball? Smoothie. This is out now to Allen, where he's gliding. Beautiful play from Allen. Nearly gets past Johns, does well to hang on. They're saying there's a little knock on, or his last tackle?
Last tackle, what a tackle from Jack Johns. Second time he's had a beautiful tackle in his own half there. Already caused an error, and right there you see Allen skips to the outside. Oh, Johns just picks him up enough. That's the strength of his game. He's a maturing young playmaker. He's going to end up in the back row, I think, but his defence on that edge, this right edge, it's been outstanding all year for the Knights.
Now Huff out of dummy half. Croker, second phase. He had the arm out as well. He's already done that with great effect. Now Huff back on the inside, knock on. Whitbread turns it around, and straight away the Broncos on the attack in Newcastle territory.
Go. 0. Yeah, thank you.
David Fayu.
Up now, 12. Straight left hold. Hold. Go. 1.
Now Smoothie. One of these big guys that has the ability to play out of dummy half as well. 2. Arturo Rowe on the inside. It's Brandon Russell. And the Broncos are centre field. Smoothie. Now to Fayoud, goes long. And O'Hara gets the ball back to Allen. Now Allen's caught in the tackle. He offloads to Fayoud. So still going here, the Broncos. This time good footwork from Josh Fayoud. Dummy short side. Back to Carrigan. Thought about the offload. Last tackle. 5 metres out. Broncos, little kick out of dummy half, and Tristan Hope couldn't get it through the legs. Zach Hosking comes up with the ball.
It's often the hardest kick from a dummy half to be able to thread it through there, just because there's so many legs in and around the ruck. The Broncos were building towards something there, but this is a highly entertaining clash. You just see, tries to thread it through, but Hosking, loose ball recovery.
John short to Dark. He looked to offload. It's a good point you make. We're 20 minutes into the game. The quarter of the match is gone. We're still at 0-0, but there's been no shortage of action.
Eddie, now!
That was Gudgeon getting into the centre position. Last tackle, Johns steadies. Goes high for Allen. Does it comfortably. But once again, Broncos coming out of their own end.
Well, end to end, we saw the Knights defend their own line there. Hosking dived on a loose ball 3 metres out. And they complete another set into this wind. 20 minutes old, this game, as Faoud gets out of dummy half.
Geez, quick. Great footwork out of dummy half. Here's Russell. Not as quick, but highly effective. Into the half now of Newcastle. So now, Faoud. This is a good, strong run from O'Hara. So last tackle. What's the option they go with? It's to the air. Remember, Breeze at their back, and it comes down pretty comfortably for Gudgeon, but he's hitting a great shot. We've already mentioned how strong Gamut Shibasaki is. And Faoud in the tackle as well, but that was a cruncher.
Oh, Gibbs versus Shibasaki on this left-hand side. What a battle. The Broncos, they just seem to be running a little bit harder at the moment. You see a replay again. So many highlights in this game already.
This is Henry Penn, replacement now for Todd Lowry. As we see Huth out of dummy half, over the head of Farnworth. The Englishman. The Broncos ball coming out of their own end again, but let's get ourselves an update on Nash Birch with Hannah Hollis.
Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, so he's gone off with a knee injury. The medical staff are assessing the damage of that now, but he went straight into the arms of Knights physical performance manager Tony Ayub, and I dare say he is in good hands. Tony's been involved in the NRL for 30 years, serving New South Wales and Australia.
Well, it was Dr. Jamie Soward who made the diagnosis straight away.
Well, anytime you see a player clutch at their knee with no one around him, you'd have to think the worst. Birch came out there and grabs at his knee straight away. So the Broncos get a chance to attack now. Hopefully he's all right, young Birch, but doesn't look good.
Looks better if you're a Broncos fan, because they're attacking and they're just now 35 metres out from the Newcastle line. McIntyre all over the Broncos player. It's Carrigan with his 7th hit up of the game. Now Smoothie. So strip there. The referee's going to say it's a Newcastle knock on, so it'll be more ball for the Broncos, this time in better attacking position.
Oh, I don't agree with that. I think that's just a loose carry from the Broncos there. The ball carrier has to have some responsibility. See, that's just a good one-on-one tackle. He's not playing at the ball there.
No.
I think that's unlucky for the Newcastle Knights. For the Broncos, I'd like to see them attack to their right edge. Corey Dennis and Andrews, they come up and in, maybe chance for a little kick over the top from Faoud or Natuda Rowe.
They go that way on this occasion. This is Staggs, as we heard from Hannah, has played a lot of centre. Now playing an edge back row. Whitbread, he's rolled forward, still going Whitbread over the line. Wow, it's an outstanding effort from Jay Whitbread. Gets the first try of the game. It wasn't spectacular, but it was perfect.
What an effort from young Whitbread there. He's just running harder. And straight, you see here, gets the ball 15 metres out. Shrugs off a couple of defenders there. Young Huth, unfortunately, couldn't take him down. And that's what I'm saying, Jimmy. The Broncos are running a lot harder than Newcastle at the moment. And they get that try. An important try it is with this wind at their back.
Yeah, the big front rower gets the first try of the game, and New South Wales under 16 and under 18 representatives still eligible for under 20s next year, whatever form that comes in. As I mentioned, North Tamworth is where he originates from. He's studying clinical exercise physiology. at the Queensland University of Technology. So we've got some students in this Broncos side. Not a lot of grey matter in that try.
No.
Plenty of heart and plenty of strength. So Katoni Staggs, in the absence of Jerome Burns, who has pretty much been kicking for them all year. He's played 23 of the 24 games. You mentioned earlier, hurt his hamstring last week. Should be no problem for Staggs here. He does that. 6-0's the scoreline, and we're just about 25 minutes gone.
Be important for the Newcastle Knights now to bounce back, not give away a cheap penalty. Try and build into this, what's been an entertaining first half, just build into half-time.
So kick-off from the Knights, the Broncos start things off. And it's the try scorer, Jai Whitbread.
Hold Marcus. Hold.
This is one thing that's been a feature of the Broncos already, just getting out of trouble, getting out of the red zone. With runs like that, that's a beauty.
Together here. Give him room.
Some fresh legs on the field. Jaden Sewer. Look at that, they're just marching over the advantage line here.
Square here.
This time it was Tristan Hope out of dummy half. So Fayoud looks out the back to Allen. Well read Dennis. Shut him down straight away. And I'll go down a short side again with Fayoud with this really nice kicking game. As a result, Cooper picks up in the corner. Met by a strong defensive effort. Well, if you talk about a set after points, Jamie Soward, tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, they're executing their sets, coming out of trouble perfectly. The Broncos in behind the ruck, running hard. It's allowing Hope to get out of dummy half there. And most of all, they're capping off with a beautiful kicking game down that right edge with Fayoud. Both the halves for the Broncos kicking really, really smartly at the moment.
This is another power charge from Henry Penn. You'll see them as Hosking. He juggled the ball. Now last tackle, Johns. He's just steadying. Kick to Fayoud. To see this guy in some space. The dancing feet of David Fayoud. Nice quick play of the ball, and Allen capitalises on the back of that. So if you look at physically how these two sides are matching up, it's all the Broncos at the moment. Yeah, Shibasaki, he's turned over the ball, and now it's Newcastle with an opportunity. This is great work from Gibbs. Still going Gibbs. He'll go all the way. Pushes away from Whitbread into the end zone and gets the try. Well, it came out of nothing. It was Broncos dominating, but Heath Gibbs gets the try for the Newcastle Knights.
Oh, Heath Gibbs, outstanding work. Quick turnover, and we talk about transition in this game. You see here, Shibasaki comes up with the error. They get the ball to Gibbs, and just watch this fend. In and away, and just says, thank you very much. Puts on the accelerator, another fend from the covering defender in Whitbread there. And puts his Newcastle Knights, who were really on the back foot there. The Broncos were coming to get them. We're going to get another good look at this front on. It's great work from young Gibbs.
Well, you've been highlighting Shibasaki up against Gibbs. Well, that was Gibbs up against Russell and Whitbread. Shibasaki was out of the picture, and you can see what he can do.
It's not fair. He's scored about 13 or 14 tries this year. Well, there you go, 17 tries this year.
Don't cut him short.
We've got to take a couple for ourselves, you know, the halves. Probably put it on his chest.
There's Curtis Dark bringing it around. Unfortunately, it happens after the post. So after a long period of time, Hannah, with no points, we've gone back-to-back tries.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? And Jamie mentioned 17 tries this year for Heath Gibbs. He has also just signed with the West Tigers for 2 years, so a lot of potential, a big future ahead for this kid.
Undoubtedly.
Wow.
Undoubtedly. Good pickup for the West Tigers. Another good pickup for the West Tigers in 2018. He's on the bus.
Their recruitment has been outstanding for 2018.
As we get underway again, now the action's coming. Tough kick. Right at the post. This is Henry Penn.
You've got to think the Newcastle Knights would be happy with how this half's panned out, Jimmy, because that could have been dangerous there if they could conceded another try on the back of some strong carries from the Broncos. But right now, they see themselves back in this game as Johns finds dark on this edge.
Classic case of not a true reflection of the game thus far. And as you say, Newcastle will take it for sure. Huff out of dummy half with Johns, goes down that short side. This time Fayoud shut down the time for Gibbs. Now Hosking. He's done that well, Hosking. Looks like a guy you'd want to follow. Get the arm free. Last tackle, Lockery. Again, one of these kicks that comes off the side of the boot. I don't know if it's deliberate or not, but doesn't travel far. Corey Allen picks it up comfortably.
Well, if you get the right bounce off the side of the boot, it's deliberate. But at the moment, young Lockery is struggling to find the ground as Fayoud comes in. Gets their set started off, strong carries. Makes 10, 15 metres every time he carries the ball.
No, he's not a big man. It's just the pace and the footwork that causes problems for defence. O'Hara, he's got strength too. Over the top of Dennis. So Broncos on the attack again. Now using a little bit of double pass. Oh. Yeah, it was Jack Johns. We saw the great defensive technique is a little bit restless.
Leave it.
Nothing in it. Jack Johns says as much, and
Walk away.
Paddy Carrigan's the man we've got to settle down.
All the way back.
Oh, unfortunately, it is a penalty, but you can see Johns there. There's not much in that. It's a penalty. Jack Johns turned around straight away and knew that it was a penalty, and we're going to see the referee probably place him on report, but he'll have nothing to worry about there.
It was Sam Elliott, the replacement player, who just come on the field. That was his first carry.
On report. Number 6.
Number 6 on report. And to be honest, just looking at the replay, it looked a little worse than I think we first anticipated.
Well, I think it just bounced out. He got his head on the wrong side. It bounced out, and the player kept going, and then up in the air, but we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they get through, and hopefully it's not a suspension for Jack Johns.
Physically, they've been dominant the last 10 minutes, the Broncos. Let's see if they can turn it into points. Here's a charge, still going. The Broncos, 2 metres short of the line. Slow old play the ball. The Toure row to Fayoud. Back through the centre of the field, looking for the offload. Just about centre field. That was Jaden Sewer. Now Fayoud dummies. Goes himself, Fayoud. The dancing feet as well from Josh Fayoud. 2 metres short of the line. Get the sense of more points from the Broncos. They go right side. Corey Allen with the big dummy. Good tackle from Hosking, brings him down short of the line. Now, this is the replacement player. Elliott charges over. Gets the try. Maintains the dominance. Broncos on the board again.
Oh, great ball from young Hope here. Finds his substitute in Elliott. And unfortunately, young Hart can't get the arms around him to stop him in time. That's another soft try conceded by the Newcastle Knights. Well, you just can't concede those tries in semi-final, well, at any time, but especially in semi-final games. You want to be able to make the other team earn the tries. Unfortunately, both tries for the Broncos have just been too easy through the middle.
Well, his 3 carries that have been on the field, Sam Elliott. One, he was tipped on his head by Jack Johns. The other one, he nearly scored, and his 3rd carry, he did score.
You can see on that left edge for the Newcastle Knights, Andrews and Dennis, they keep rushing up and in. So you saw they went back there a couple of times, the Broncos. I think at half-time you'll see them adjust that, tighten up a little bit, and try and play a little bit earlier as Stags line this one up next to the post. Just play a little bit earlier, possibly a kick over the top. It's on all the time down that right edge for the Broncos.
Tony Staggs, have a look at his action. Tell us what you like about it, Jamie.
They're very steady, square onto the ball. They're easy when they're next to the post.
Right, we've got more of an update of Nash Birch with Hannah Hollis.
Nash will not return to the field of play. He's sitting on the sideline at the moment, heavily iced and strapped, and he's in his big bomber jacket coat keeping warm, so he won't be returning. They're still working out the damage of the knee injury, but it certainly is the knee that's affected.
One of those situations, I think, we'll be going for scans. And let's hope it is okay for Nash Burge. Here's a charge again. Sam Elliott, he's made an impact. As you can see, young Nash on the sideline. He's got a smile on his face, so hopefully that's a good sign. Broncos bringing the ball out of their own end. He's just doing everything, Sam Elliott. Look at this run.
15 out of there.
There's 8 to 10 metres after contact.
Well, it's a simple game plan. They just keep carrying one off the ruck, but back in behind, finding Huff. Hosking, who does a load of work for this Newcastle side, making easy metres as Hope takes off.
Last tackle.
Yeah, 18, that's his 19th tackle. Zach Hosking. This is Natoro. It's high into the air. Cooper lets it bounce. That's going to be danger signs for everyone. Gets the ball back, Lockery. But that was literally a lottery.
It was great kick there as Dennis comes out of dummy half. The chase and contest. Fortunately for the Knights, if they had it conceded there, that would have been diabolical going into half-time. Andrews has a strong carry. The Knights need their halves here to get their hands on the ball. Johns has been involved. Lockery's been very quiet this first half as Dark makes a strong carry.
Can you give me any reason why Matt Cooper didn't catch that ball?
Well, usually when it's about 15, 20 metres out, you can just let the opposition have it if you're going to tackle them when they catch it. But right there, you'd like to see Cooper, who's so influential, come forward to the ball and catch it.
Here's Lockery with another one of the kicks, this time off the side of the foot again. Again, it goes to Corey Allen, and we see that big sidestep. Huff got him, but only just. And now we've got Fayoud out of dummy half. Look at this. This is dominant. Now he's away, David Fayoud. Great run from the winger. This is a great start to the set here for the Brisbane Broncos. All Broncos at the moment probably deserve the penalty.
Well, this is a massive set for the Newcastle Knights. Just 4 minutes before half-time. If they concede a try here, the Broncos are coming to get them. They're running so hard. Fayoud's getting the set started perfectly for the Broncos. See what kind of set play they come up with here.
It's almost identical to where they received their earlier penalty. That resulted in a try to Sam Elliott. And as Jamie mentioned, it was good, strong, hard running. So here's Russell doing much of the same.
17 off it now. Square here, square.
So they didn't get the right-hand side that Jamie's told us about. Now Elliott, good tackle down below. Hosking it was that cut him down. They come back, big dummy from Hope. Short of the line. Pressure on the Newcastle defence. Elliott, dummy half, down a short side. Natoro Rowe beats a tackle. Held up a couple of metres short of the line. Big couple of tackles coming up here for Newcastle in the context of this game. It's a slow play of the ball. They go short, it misses everyone. And it was off a Newcastle hand, so that'll be more ball for the Brisbane Broncos.
Yeah, young Hosking puts his hand out there, try and stop the play. There's danger signs again for the Knights. It's a beautiful run for Fayed. Look at this. Get off me, straight through. Oof. Takes a great tackle from Matt Cooper coming up into the line. You see Hosking there. Yeah, that would have been try time for the Broncos. Again, they'll get a chance to attack the line.
2.5 minutes remaining in this first half. There's been some end-to-end action, highlighted by some really good physical work from the Brisbane Broncos. Now Stagg, short of the line, but set up perfectly for a couple of set plays this set. Carrigan, offload there, beautiful offload. The skipper to the replacement player, Elliott, he gets his second. How easy semi-final football.
What an offload from young Carrigan, the captain. See here, goes straight to the line, spins out of a tackle, pops an offload. Young Elliott's come on. How easy is this, he says. Comes off the bench, 2 tries in about 10 minutes. But it was all Carrigan. Right arm, just spins out of one. Johns comes in, couldn't wrap up the ball. And young Elliott crashes over. Right on the stroke of half-time. What an offload, Jimmy Smith.
Well, it's a little bit of subtlety to his play that he's threatened to do. Usually he's tucked it under the arm, and Sam Elliott scored the try, and he bounced up and knew who to go to and thanked straight away. And that was his captain, Patrick Carrigan, who still has a year eligible in under-20s. And you mentioned that he made that Holden Cup Team of the Year. And East Tigers Junior, talk about the students in the side. He's studying physiotherapy. So, very bright future for Patrick Carrigan. This is starting to get away from Newcastle a little.
It is. They struck back when it was 6-0 through Gibbs. You thought they had the chance to maybe go on and go into half-time with the lead, but since then, the Broncos really upped the tempo. We mentioned they were running a lot harder, and they've just continued that on, making easy yards, and then they've punished the Newcastle Knights. Staggs lines this one up. It's his hardest kick of the night thus far.
This will make it a 14-point buffer. No problem for Katoni Staggs. So with just seconds remaining in this first half, there's your 2-try hero, Sam Elliott. But really, it's been the physical dominance of everyone in this Broncos 13 that has seen them get out to this lead. Half-time here in the elimination semi-final. Brisbane finished 6th. They are on top of Newcastle tonight, 18 points to 4. Update from Todd Lowry and Scott Chonk very shortly with Hannah Hollis, but second half action underway here at Allianz. And here's Sam Elliott. Strong charge. He's been good at this level. He's only been on 10 minutes. He's been in everything, Sam Elliott.
They had a simple game plan in the first half, Jimmy. Saw some tackle counts. Hosking 23. Huff came off the bench, 19 tackles in about 20 minutes. So they're really working this Newcastle Knights side over through the middle.
Dummy from Hope there. Picks up Carrigan. Would you believe his second hit up in this set? Now, Jaden Sewer, classy player, NRL experience on the bench. That's a luxury. And again, the Broncos have rolled downfield very comfortably. Fayoud. Another really good kick. A nice pick up there from Mitch Andrews. But perfect set to start the second half from the Broncos.
Yeah, that's absolute class from Fayoud. We saw in the first half, young Lockery kicked the ball about 3 or 4 times off the side of the boot, trying to kick the cover off it. But you see the experience there. Fayoud comes down as Johns takes the line on.
Here's another guy who I think you agree needs to stand up in this second half. Loses his jersey. As Dark goes for a hit up in behind the markers.
To be fair, I don't think he's had the opportunities as the other halves have had in Fayoud and Naturi Rowe. He needs Lockery. Oh, he's kicked that.
Well, there he goes. He's tucked the jersey into the back of the shorts, Jack Johns, and he might have come up with his best kick of the game. There he is trying to put it on. Meanwhile, the Broncos have made some good meters. And that kick. Oh, Jack can't get it on, so he's thrown it off. Keep your eye on him, Jamie. You've got a semi-naked player on the field.
Well, I wonder if this footage is going to make the Matty John show on Monday night. He's got a better body than his old man, I think. That's amazing work, but the Broncos, again, making easy yards, already over halfway.
Now, Farnworth. Just a matter of where they put it in the Matty John show, isn't it? So the Broncos through the middle of the field. Jaden Sewer. Fayoud, these finish to the sets. There's another one. It's a tough bounce for Andrews. Picks up Cooper. They have a little bit of success through there. And encourages Matt Cooper to get his hands on the ball.
Oh, that's smart work from Mitch Andrews there. He finds his fullback, tries to get him into the game. Most importantly, you don't start your set in a corner where the Broncos can aim up. Go to the middle as Johns looks down a short side, finds Gibbs.
They had the extra number there, couldn't quite release his winger there, Heath Gibbs. This is Henry Penn.
They're just sitting back and waiting a little bit at the moment, Newcastle. You want to see them push up in and around the ball, try and get some offloads as Lockery takes the line on.
does that without support. Now he's got the offload. This is Cameron King. Still going Cameron King with a flick out the back. This is what we wanted to see more of. Matt Cooper there to take the ball. Last tackle, dummies to the right, goes short, knock on. I think it came off a Bronco.
Double. First one.
First off, Brisbane.
First one, Brisbane. Is that correct? Come on. First one, Brisbane, then Knights.
I think you're correct. Referee Henderson.
Great work. They double up down this short side. Lockery just goes short. Hit of a shoulder check. Oh no, he gets his arm around him, but Cameron King, first touch comes on. And again, that's what I wanted to see from Matt Cooper, sniffing in and around the ball. We saw how dangerous he is. The Knights put all their players on the long side.
Oh, we nearly had a scrum against the feed.
He has to feed the ball first. You can't get it out of his hand.
For those young people watching at home, that used to happen quite regularly.
Yes, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
Head in. Wait till it's in.
Have to get our statistician to see when was the last time someone lost one against the feed, Jimmy.
Come on, Fox Sports Lab, help us out there. Now, look, nice play. Cooper got it away. This is Gudgeon. Still going Gudgeon. Caught and passed in one motion there, Matt Cooper. King, second carry. It's a good one as well. The big man's caught short. 2 metres out from the Broncos line. Dummy from Huff. Jamie knew he was a danger man. Nearly got across on that occasion. Gibbs to Johns to Lockery, goes short to McIntyre. So they're really testing the Broncos' defence. Dummy here, Huff through the middle. Hosking, the runner was late on him. It was Johns. It'll go to Johns for the last play. They might have had numbers. He goes into the air. This is high for Gudgeon. He drops it. Shibasaki now takes off upfield. He's got plenty of speed. Lockery comes across in cover defence. Shibasaki pushes away from King. Still going Shibasaki. What a run. Well, it could have been a try at the other end. And Shibasaki has got the Broncos just 38 metres out from Newcastle's line. Now, Farnworth, good speed. Dummies, dummies. Has he got too much speed? He offloads comfortably for O'Hara. And on the back of the great run from Shibasaki, the Broncos open the scoring in the second half.
Oh, Shibasaki, great work there. And as you mentioned, could have been a try for the Knights. They put the kick up. It was a beautiful kick into the corner. Unfortunately, Gudgeon couldn't come up with the ball. Shibasaki gets rid of a couple, puts it straight on, puts a foot down, comes back in smart, doesn't try and offload and overplay his hand. But just wants a shift here from the Broncos. They don't panic. They don't try and throw big, long, looping passes. They just go through the hands. Watch their speed from Farnworth. Just gets on the outside there. Dennis can't make the tackle. O'Hara scores in the corner. Well, that's almost a 12-point turnaround.
It's a big play, isn't it? Well, there were a couple of big plays during the course of that. The Gudgeon drop, the Shibasaki run, and then Farnworth with the speed that just got him to the outside. And Hayden O'Hara gets across for a try. Comes out of the Springwood Tigers. And he's another one of these guys at the Broncos that is eligible for this level again next year.
There's some outstanding talent in this Broncos side. You have to think the Stags lines this one up. This is definitely his hardest kick, so we'll get a true indication of his style right now. But what a luxury the Broncos have going forward. They can all go into the 20 system, whatever that may be next year, or the Intrust Super Cup up there. So a lot of talent coming through for the Broncos.
Farnworth's an interesting one, Herbie. He's from the UK. He's came out here and got himself in the Broncos system, and that's what he wanted to do. Dad came out with him when he first arrived, made sure he settled in no problem. And he seems to have done that very nicely indeed. Katoni Stags. This would almost break the backs of the Newcastle Knights if he was able to pilot this over the 20-point margin. Oh, he struck it beautifully. Outstanding. They are on song here, the Broncos. It must have been a tough talk at half-time, Hannah Hollis, for Todd Lowry.
Yeah, Todd Lowry is worried that this might turn into a repeat of round 19. That is hard to forget. He just wants his team to get back to what they were doing in the first 20 minutes. Really short, straight, simple. And for the Broncos, Scott Strong said it's all about completions, cutting errors and building pressure.
Yeah, they did that well in the first half. And here they go again. Sam Elliott. Hasn't he made an impact?
Well, the Broncos' platform's been made by their forward pack. And some chance tries. They've scored all the tries. Well, 3 tries out of the 4 the forwards, just through hard, straight running. Carrigan gets another carry.
Hayden O'Hara before that, the try scorer as well. So they're sharing it around. This is Jaden Sewer. That's a great run in behind the markers there. Now they do it again through Elliott. Second carry, shot over the top from Cameron King. So they go short side for a kick. Now Torero. That's it with Cooper. Now he brings Gudgeon into play as well.
Well, their kicking game's been absolute class tonight from both the halves of the Broncos. They haven't tried to overplay their hand. They've been patient enough to put it along the ground. Too often than not, we see young halves try and put it in the air or try and big torpy bombs. We saw that from Lockery in the first half, and they just didn't come off. They didn't play field position, but these Broncos halves been very, very smart with their kicking game.
And given the amount of ball they've had in the area that they've had it, I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying they haven't given up a 7-tackle set, as we saw a really positive thing for the Newcastle side. Hand on it from the Broncos, so that means they'll get 6 more. Here's an opportunity for the Knights. Hosking goes forward. Real toughness about him, hasn't he, Zach Hosking? Through the mountain of work. Now Johns out the back to Cooper, to Gibbs. Just pass, Gudgeon. Can't get away from Fayoud. All seem to be running the same line there. Here's Johns looking for Lockery. Finds him. Now he's looking for a runner. Just seem a little lost this set. Now Huff gets the marker offside. Still going Huff.
Yeah, but the penalty's first for the marker offside.
You heard from the referee, that's why. Good work from your man out of dummy half.
Yeah, young Sewer there says you can't help that. Well, you can. You've just got to get back on side. But Huff sniffing around.
Back-to-back sets. Back-to-back sets for Newcastle here. Make the tap. This is Penn. He runs straight and hard. Still going, Henry Penn. They've had to work hard there. 3 and 4 Broncos defenders involved in that tackle. Looping pass over the top to Johns, who goes flatter here to Gibbs. Now Gibbs pops it out for Cooper. Again, he was around the football. And that's where Jamie Soward wanted him. So now Johns, Lockery, dummies. Bit of space there for Lockery. Find his way through. Still going across field. Maybe the kick. Can it set up for Gudgeon? Gets it down. Grounding's okay. The kick was better, and the put down was superb. Newcastle back into the game.
Oh, great work from Lockery, but an even better put there from Gudgeon. Just sniffing around. You saw this. Beautiful long pass there. Lockery sees nothing on the outside, skips back across. And he's patient here. I thought he'd overkicked it. It just took a last little bounce, but the put down was sensational. Just gets that. What a try. And keeps the Newcastle Knights alive. This will show a better view. Oh, yeah.
Well, there's not much David Fayoud could do about that.
There is nothing he can do about that.
It's a perfectly weighted kick. Gudgeon timed his run to perfection. Quick kick here from Curtis Dark. Here's a good one. Talk about dragging yourself back into the game. They've done it superbly, Hannah Hollis.
Yep, Danny Badarius, sorry, I had to grab my microphone there. And Danny Badarius gives huge raps on Lockery. He's a really good attacking player, and the thing about him is that he doesn't set up too many set plays, but he sniffs out the gaps and uses his really great footwork. And during the second half, you'll see that he'll take on those lazy middlemen.
Well, I'm going to throw it out there, Jimmy. We used to have a set at the Penrith Panthers. If we were down, we scored a try, play 3, we'd do a little chip and chase, try and turn the game. Try and score back-to-back within a couple of minutes. It'd really try and turn in your favour. It had worked. It might be something for the Newcastle Knights.
All right, let's see if Todd Lowry's got the same playbook There's Henry Penn.
Give him room. Square.
So they've done well to work themselves back into this game. There's King, another good run, breaking tackles.
Geez, he's made a difference.
Down a short side there, Lockery.
Still got it.
He nearly lost that ball. Does well to hang on to it. Here's King again. Trying to shrug away defenders, does it, Lockery. Jamie wanted the kick right then. Johns pushes on to Dark. He's shown the ability to offload as well. Unfortunately, he's turned it over. Made the error. So just when that set started to build to something, mistake.
Yeah, and we saw in the first half when Brisbane scored a try, they came down and went 95 metres, summed it up with a nice kick from their halves. Fayoud in that right-hand edge for the Broncos, but unfortunately Dark, who's had some really strong carries on the right edge for the Knights, comes up with a little error there, just when you thought something might have been brewing. But Cameron King, you mentioned him, he's made a real difference coming off the bench for this Knights side.
That's what they needed, didn't they? The physical presence on the back of a fair bit of footy the last 10 minutes too. This is Farnworth. Shibasaki came up with that really good run before the previous try for O'Hara. Elliott takes 4 defenders to bring him down. Now they go left-hand side. This is Notori Rowe. Someone's missed their assignment there. It might have been Corey Allen. He was trailing back through the middle of the field. Not quite getting it right this set for the Broncos. This is what they've done well. Just go forward. Carrigan does it again, but it's a good shot. Turned over the football. This is Lockery away again.
Great work from the Newcastle Knights defence. Keep themselves in the game. 24 minutes to go. Strong defence from Shibasaki on that left-hand edge.
It's his second time tonight that he's Kanoa Gudgeon. So his ribs will be sore tomorrow.
Can't chase the game too hard if you're the Knights. If you're coming out of trouble, you can still complete some sets. You're going to go for a play, like I said before, with maybe a chip and chase, go for it, but back yourself. Not to try and play every work as Lockery takes off.
From an offload from King and Lockery into the backfield. As well, Corey Allen to get him, but he's causing problems, Cameron King. Now right side, Huff, Cooper, Johns is going into that corner again for Gudgeon. Fayoud caught it in the field of play. Looks like he ran behind Allen there and the defender might have been impeded.
Yeah, unfortunately, a rush of blood there from young Johns. I thought they had the chance to run it. Well, that's almost a shepherd, isn't it?
Well, he ran behind him and the defender was impeded.
And he didn't put his hands up, like under sixes.
Lucky to get away with it. The Broncos.
Up 7. And then hold. 16 holds.
Shibasaki. Run from Jaden Stewart. We mentioned NRL experience, 4 games last year, 4 games this year. Good kick out of dummy half into space. Cooper having to work hard to get back there. That's how you do it. Gets away from Smoothie. Josh Fayoud went straight for the ball, but that's a good return given the kick from the Broncos.
Yeah, again, doesn't get himself penned in the corner as Gibbs has a strong carry. See this game going back and forth. Not many errors in the last 5 minutes. Who's going to break first?
Very similar to the first 25 minutes of the first half that we saw. There's another offload from King. He's done it at will today.
Well, there's a chance to tip onto the outside there. Get Corey Dennis, who's been quiet, some ball.
There's Braden Musgrove onto the field now. Load of Lavas there as well. King gets the ball on the last and Johns goes high. Fayoud will fly and take it brilliantly.
Magnificent take from Fayoud coming into the ball. That's the difference. We saw Matt Cooper in the first half let that one bounce, but Fayoud confidently comes into the ball. And the Broncos bring out trouble through Farnworth.
Here's the replay. Look at that. Eyes for the football. He sort of jumped past it as well. And his hands were good enough. Here he goes. Hasn't he thrilled us tonight? And he's done that before as well. Earned his team a penalty.
He picks on the front rower there, King. Gets up real quick. 5-2 the penalty count.
Stay on side there, boys.
Big set here for the Knights. I feel like every time they've got the ball, that second phase from King, they can create something.
Yes.
They just haven't had it long enough. They haven't completed back-to-back sets or a repeat set to be able to build some pressure. But he's made a real difference, King.
You would think this is going to be a big set in the season of the Newcastle Knights as Clayton Mack, still going Clayton Mack. Where do they find these interchange forwards? Sam Elliott's done it, now Clayton Mack. Now we go short side. Smoothie has the big dummy and he's a metre short. So Newcastle need to hang on. It goes wide, bad pass over Fayoud. Netore Rowe goes back and slows it down altogether. And they lose about 20 metres on the play.
Give him room here and square.
Smoothie waits patiently, dummy half. The Broncos hang on to it through Whitbread. Can't repeat the heroics of the first half where he got the first try. Now, Netore Rowe. This is Corey Allen. He puts it on the toe. Fayoud flying. Oh!
Off Broncos. Off Broncos, out here.
There was almost a little bit of fibbing there and a claiming of the try.
Well, there's no replay in the under-20s. There's a chance here with Lockery. See right now, Johns chances it. Yeah, knock on. Great call from the referee.
Perfectly positioned too, Mr. Henderson. Well done. Just to repeat, as Jamie said, no video referee for the semi-finals in the Holden Cup, but it will be in place on grand final day.
Hey, up and square. Here and hold. Hold. Go. 2.
You always get nervous when you see that ball bounce up and you let it go and you think someone's come to bat it back.
Go.
Roll the dice there, Johns and one as King takes it forward now. You see Cooper sniffing around.
There it is.
13 up. 13, let go.
Unfortunately for the Knights, they set upon him straight away, but they're getting offloads at will with Cameron King. Now Musgrove. He's trying to offload as well.
Hold. Release now.
So they're trying to find a few chinks in this armour of the Broncos. Lockery to Johns, goes high again. Fayoud caught it beautifully previously and he does it again.
Play where you are.
Does even better to stay in the field of play.
Play where you are.
Great work from Fayoud. Johns putting him under lots of pressure. Just like to see that kick a little bit higher, give his chasers a chance to be able to go up and contest that. But at the moment, Fayoud handling it.
Shibasaki with the run. Here's Farnworth. You can see how explosive he is when he carries the football.
Yeah. Long legs, straight into contact.
Whitbread. That was the last. They've done well defensively there, Newcastle. And into the breeze. They've won that battle right there.
It's a clear sign from the Newcastle Knights, as you mentioned, Jimmy, that they are trying to create some second phase. They are trying to get everyone involved in and around the ball. Unfortunately, the Broncos are just defending well at the moment. There's been no chances for them, but this man King is creating some damage.
Well, he can't unload on that occasion, but they can't get him to ground.
Drag the leg, mate.
And you can't drag the leg.
On the leg.
And that means more ball coming the way of the Newcastle Knights.
It was similar to last week for the Knights as they take the quick tap through Penn.
Back all the way here. Kick on 8. Hold.
So Newcastle with their season on the line. The loser goes home, doesn't come back next week.
Up 13.
Hold.
It's Newcastle on the attack. Lockery. Johns right to the line. Couldn't quite get the pass away, so took them on. There you go, that short side again. This is dark. Gibbs has shown himself to be a danger man throughout the course of this season. Johns takes on the line again. Really a nothing play. And a short side again. Here's the big play. And he strolls over Heath Gibbs. Second try of the night. Too easy for the Newcastle team.
Have a look at this play from my man, Hope. Goes a short side and finds Gibbs on a beautiful line underneath. Just tells a little lie, comes back here, shows once and a half. Beautiful line, runs too hard there, Gibbs. Puts the Newcastle Knights side well and truly in this clash. Gibbs picks up a double. They've hung in there, the Knights. They did this last week against the Sharks. They absorbed a lot of pressure. They were down, their season on the line. And they finished all over the top of the Sharks, scoring 3 or 4 tries in the last 15 minutes. It was Dark. Slides this one over.
I'll tell you what, you don't need to put a shot clock on Curtis Dark, do you? He doesn't take any time with his conversions. Successful on that occasion.
The CEO, Matt Gidley, will be very happy. He doesn't have to pay the $2,000 fine every time you're late.
Heath Gibbs from South Newcastle. Again, one of these guys, he's only under 19. We heard from Hannah earlier, he's going to the West Tigers. Of course, there's fans getting ready, not just for this game, but for the game after as well. The Broncos will be the away side in the NRL when the Sydney Roosters take them on. You can see that on Fox League from 7 p.m.
You're very excited for that one, Jimmy. Have you got a quick tip for me?
Oh,
being a Roosters boy.
Did you tip me into that one? Here's the kickoff, hard to handle as well, Gudgeon.
Now, the important thing for the Knights, last time they scored and you felt like they got themselves back in the game, they didn't complete the set. Dark came up with an error on that right edge, so they have to complete this set and get to a kick.
All right, that's the challenge for the men from the Hunter. So Lockery, find the wide runner. Here's Musgrove. Now Huff down a short side. This is what we wanted to see. Corey Dennis now away. Mitch Andrews gets out of a tackle. Can't beat Corey Allen. But that was impressive from Newcastle. They look to go wide. Lockery wants to pass. No one there for him. Here he offloads. Some more good work from McIntyre, supporting back through the middle. It's been an excellent set from Newcastle. Pan, it's to Johns. Now it's to Cooper. Last tackle for Cooper. Offloads. This is King. He'll look to offload. No, he looks to kick. Fayoud will dive on it. Not quite the finish we were looking for.
No, Cameron King, you don't have your kicking licence yet, unfortunately. But the Knights, through the second phase. Great set after points. Now the Broncos have their chance to respond. O'Hara, strong carry down the right-hand side.
They're all strong carries from the Broncos. Just haven't had their chance to get the ball in the last 10 minutes. Fayoud. He's angling for a penalty. He's already got 2 in the same fashion. Might genuinely be injured. Good run from Clayton Mack. He's outside the 40. You heard from the referee. Excellent kick. Excellent set, given the state of the game.
Oh, smart kick there from Smoothie. Comes out of dummy half. Realises his team's under the pump. Fayoud's receiving treatment on the 35-metre line. Beautiful work just to slow it down, gives his team a rest. You see this just comes out of dummy half. That's experience. Takes the sting out of the Newcastle Knights because they were coming for him again.
Well, that's Tyson Smoothie, and he's the guy who started in the middle as a middle forward, and he went into dummy half, and then he shows you that sort of kicking game. So highly skilled. The man from Wide Bay Bulls and the Kawana Dolphins.
He's only 17 years old too, Jimmy. At the start of the year, Justin Hodges was telling me that they didn't think he'd actually play for them, but he's really worked his way into the side, and now he's played like 10 or 12 games, so he's doing really well.
Doesn't look out of place at all, Hannah. As Johns goes forward. Bit of work to do for Newcastle. And here's King. Hasn't he been impressive? Hard to put to the ground. Already had 4 offloads in his 9 hit-ups, Cameron King. Certainly made a difference to this Newcastle side. Here he goes again. This is Tuilota Lava back on the field for a second stint. As his Croker tried the impossible. And unfortunately, doesn't come off.
No, there's still plenty of time in this game, and Croker just tries to force the issue there, but gives the Broncos a golden chance to cement this game. Farnworth comes in looking for work.
It's a bit high there from Musgrove. Play on. This is Mack. So on the attack again here, the Broncos. The Toro Rowe goes outside and it's knocked on by Jaden Sewer.
Again, great defence on this right-hand edge for the Knights. Gibbs and Johns. Just wonder when the Knights get the message down there that they have to come up with possibly a trick play, something different.
Well, I like the look of things when they went to that left-hand side. They got numbers there. Corey Dennis did well. Huff out of dummy half. Looked high from Whitbread. Referee saw it the same way.
Number 10.
One more.
Number 10.
That's what he can do, Huff out of dummy half. Lightning speed, just takes off here. Oof.
Jens, just on Luke Huth, he was on crutches and in a boot last night at the club's presentation night with a big cut on his foot from a work injury. It's just amazing that he's playing tonight.
Wow.
So there you go. Ability, you can add toughness to it as well.
Yes, very talented young player. They get a chance here now.
Taking him off, trainer, or what are you doing?
Because they'll be panicking. They'll be very nervous, the Brisbane Broncos fans, if Newcastle were to score this set.
10.
Sets us up for an exciting finish.
Well, this
Huff. Is he going to have to go off for a
You'd have to think so.
head assessment?
Yep. And Nash Birch, just a reminder, as Hannah told us,
Be careful, mate.
Jai Whitbread on report. Hannah told us in that first half won't be back with that knee injury.
Well, you can clear this up for everyone watching at home, Jimmy. I think if the physio asks a certain amount of questions and he responds to that, he's got a chance to still stay on the field. Is that right?
And one of the other deciding factors is how long they stay on the ground. They certainly seem to be on the ground a fairly long amount of time, Luke Huff. He plays on, as does Corey Dennis. I want to see him with the ball in his hands more. Newcastle on the attack. This is Croker. He's shown the ability to get some second phase play going as well. Johns comes back to Lockery. Looked at Cooper through the middle of the field. Got a lucky pick up there from Musgrove.
All good, mate.
And you make your own luck at this level. Try to Newcastle. Right back into the football contest.
Wow. The most dangerous ball in rugby league. Jimmy, the bouncing ball you see here. Lockery just throws it there. Musgrove says, thank you very much. Scoops it up one-handed, but just watch his turn back. John's beautiful ball out in front. We heard Hannah Hollis say that Lockery doesn't really have a plan, just plays what's in front of him. We're right there, he gets very lucky. And what an exciting finish we've got this last 10 minutes. It's Dark, already has the ball on the tee, he's ready to go.
He is. No time wasting with Curtis. Dark kicks it beautifully. 2 points in the game. Newcastle right back in it. Braden Musgrove, of course, into the side following Brodie Jones missing out. But interestingly, both Cessnock Goanna juniors. So it looks like, Hannah, we're going to get the finish we're looking for. Just having some technical issues down there.
Well, she's too excited, Jimmy. You can look down now, she's jumping up and down, she's too excited.
No, this is really exciting. It's great. It's certainly better than round 19, right? 40-12.
True, true, and that was at Newcastle's home ground. So here's King breaking tackles. They'll try and force him to the sideline. And they're doing a good job of it as well. He just got a bit sideways, Cameron King, and the momentum, he couldn't stop.
Wow. Talk about little moments that change the game. There's been two this second half. first. Shibasaki with that beautiful bust down the left-hand side. And right there, Cameron King just needs to come infield there and get tackled. Todd Lowry, well, who'd want to be a coach, Jimmy? Todd Lowry'd be pulling his hair out.
Well, they stood him up and there he was swaying like a daffodil in the breeze, and they just pushed him and pushed him and pushed him. And
Daffodils sway in the breeze.
they do. A strong breeze like tonight.
All right, time on.
Like to see where they grow in your garden.
This is Farnworth.
Clean now, Zach.
Big set of 6 here coming for Newcastle. So too the Broncos.
I think there's a chance for the Broncos to come to this right-hand side. Get Corey Dennis and Andrews making some decisions.
Whitbread
1 foot.
is 5 metres out from the line. They come the way Jamie suggested. Inside ball here.
22.
Staggs is held up.
Hold. Hold.
Now left-hand side, Smoothie. Here's Carrigan. He had an offload in the first half for a try. Can't do it on this occasion. So they go short side again. This is Jaden Sewer. He's got an offload. Whitbread stands in the tackle. Now, Fayoud, think about kick, think about run. Goes the run option, scores the try, and it makes things a lot safer for the Broncos.
Yeah, beautiful work from the Broncos. Fayoud, he's earned this try. Both the brothers have been outstanding tonight. David on the wing, and just watch here, some second phase from the Broncos. Catches the Knights just standing still here. They just stop moving. Musgrove gets caught coming up. Doesn't stop the play. Lockery's backtracking. And just look at that footwork. And unfortunately, Cameron King, who made the mistake, just can't get there and cover defence.
We can see the impact of an offload there, can't you? That they had to do 3 tackles in 1 tackle, the Newcastle side. And as you say, in the end, the dazzling footwork of Josh Fayoud, Cameron King couldn't fill the space.
Well, it's disappointing for the Newcastle Knights because they'd worked themselves so hard to get back in this game. 2-point game with 7 minutes to go. And unfortunately, young Cameron King comes up with the error and Fayoud punishes them. And this, you'd have to think, from Staggs, could ice the game.
You just never know in the Holden Cup.
Well, they have to go short.
Yeah, we'll look for that.
Justin Hodges will be out there telling them to prepare for this short kickoff.
So Katoni Staggs, the former Wellington Cowboy, that's where he played his junior footy. Takes a little more time over the ball than Curtis Dark. He's been perfect tonight. This is a very important kick, and it looked like it might have been missing. No problem, flags go up, Hannah. Everything's looking good for the Broncos.
It certainly is, and the way that Josh Fayoud flew over the line, it's hard to think that at the start of the year, there was talk that he might be let go from the team and allowed to play 20s elsewhere, but he was so determined, he changed his diet and training routine to prove to the coaching staff how desperate he was, and he's really fought hard for his position, and now he's become one of the leaders in the team.
Isn't that great story? Short kickoff. It was a good one. Broncos get the ball, though. So it's an 8-point game. And Newcastle need the ball in some attacking territory. Here's Carrigan. Just his 17th hit up for the game. Thanks very much. And it's good work from Smoothie over halfway. And heading left with Sewer. You can see his strength in contact. Pushing away from defenders there. Now it goes to Fayoud. It's been a feature of his game, the finish to sets tonight. And nearly gets the ball back to Smoothie. Again, Cooper not going for the football, Jamie.
Yeah, lack of confidence there from Matt Cooper. Totally different from last week. Saw him catch everything up there at the Hunter. Well, they'd have to score this set, the Newcastle Knights. Look for plenty of offloads, look for Cooper and Huff to be around the footy.
That's Croker looking for an offload. Now Hosking. Picks up Lockery. Still going Lockery.
Well, he's been better this second half. Spoke about it at half-time. This kicking game, how they come off the side of the boot as Dark makes a strong carry. It's been a lot better this second half, young Lockery.
Now Johns finds Hosking. Some of the famous names from rugby league. They need something on this play here. It's Cameron King rolling forward. Still going, big Cameron. Now he needs a runner. Got Lockery. Here's numbers. Corey Dennis will get over. Well, the game is well and truly alive. Referee points to the spot. Curtis Dark will have this kick very shortly. And we have game on.
Lucky I had my fingers crossed when I said it at ice the game, Jimmy, because we're back on. 30-26. Young Dark. Well, been calling for Corey Dennis to get his hands on the ball. That's about the third time he's touched it the second half. Cameron King gets it on the last play. Big front row, probably not the option you wanted, but he finds an offload. Lockery are in around the ball. Musgrove, beautiful over the top. Ooh, as Dark moves in here and misses it. So you know how the footy gods work, Jimmy?
How do they work, Jamie?
He's going to have a kick from the sideline to win the game, and he's going to kick it.
And the thing is, he'll take no less time than he takes having any other kick. Corey Dennis, good story. Played NRL, of course, last year. Player number 270 for the Knights. 2 tries on debut versus the Canberra Raiders. And that is a really important try in the context of this game. Taking their time here, the Broncos.
They'll still get a set.
Are we going to see some razzle-dazzle here from Newcastle? Oh, one for Cooper. He gets it. Cameron King stays away from the sideline on this occasion. Look at him go. Gee, he's been a handful for the Broncos tonight. Can we see a try for Newcastle? Musgrove been impressive in the time that he's been on the field in this second half. Now, Huff. He's dropped that.
Knock on Broncos.
Oh, they're calling knock on. Newcastle will get that loose head and food.
Well, they've earned that one. Newcastle, they had a couple go against them in the first half. You see how dangerous Huff is out of dummy half. Just gets there. They pulls it out. Great call from the referee. They've been good tonight, both the referees. Come up with a couple of important decisions. They've called on the run, the try down in the corner there.
They did.
The gudgeon, and then they called the dead ball there when Johns let it go. The Knights, they have a chance to win it.
You bet they do. They're less than 50 metres out from the Broncos line. This will be it. This will be their shot at it. This set of 6. Johns out the back now. Cooper. This is Gudgeon. He's looking for some space back through the middle of the field. Finds a bit as well. Broncos hanging on. Gripping finish to this elimination final. Now Croker out the back. Cooper. King, the handful. Still going Cameron King. Thought about the offload as well. They go open side. This is Croker running freely. He tried to offload. And they're calling it knock on.
No.
Matty Croker.
Yeah, young Croker, unfortunately, there. Well, the Broncos are going to get the victory and move on to next week, but what an exciting finish. Don't forget, the Broncos, 24-10 they were up. Seemed like they were running away with the game. This Newcastle side fought right to the end. Just couldn't get across the line.
Time on.
Unfortunately, their season comes to an end.
Well, they certainly showed their qualities in this second half, Newcastle. And we would think that the Broncos win it from here as the fullbacks come head-to-head, Allen and Cooper, but not without a fright in this second half. There's Sewer. Well done, Scott Tronk.
Hold square.
Gets his side into the second week of the finals. The winner of this game plays the loser of the Panthers and Dragons game. You'll watch that on Sunday on Fox League.
If Justin Hodges is any closer, he's going to take a scoop from dummy half, I think.
You can see him in the blue singlet, the blue shirt. They're trying to get a one-on-one strip here. They won't do it. The full-time siren goes and the Newcastle season is over and the Broncos live to ride again. Excellent game of rugby league. 30 points to 26. Brisbane beat Newcastle.